Most people who master their own tracks, they blame the mix, but there are some silent killers out there on the master bus that are flattening the punch and killing the groove. After years of mastering songs for artists, the same hidden mistakes show up almost in every DIY master. In this video you will see what these silent killers are, how to spot them in your own sessions, and simple tweaks that make your masters hit harder, stay much cleaner, and translate everywhere. Let's start with one of the major mistakes that I have seen a lot of people doing. They are putting too much gain reduction on a single limiter. And if I go and push it, getting minus 7.8 LUFS, but the gain reduction here is like really crazy. So what you want to do is to go here and bring it back, and there are two ways that I'm going to use this limiter. Let me show you the first one and the easy one. You're going to click here on this one by one, and this is going to be the unity gain. The unity gain keeps the loudness consistent, so you judge what the limiter is actually doing to the sound. Now that we have activated, let's go and push it. Toggle it. And if I open here the oscilloscope, you can see that when I activate it, we have a little bit more peaks, and when I activate it here again, we have much more consistent sound. And let's go and take out the unity gain. Right now we are heading at minus 4.9 gain reduction. This is still not optimal, but I just want to show you what I have seen a lot of people doing. And the other technique that you can go and do, you can go here on the gain, and by the way, you can go and put the output at minus 0.1, and then you can go on the gain and click on your keyboard, the control or the alt. I don't know what it is if you're on Windows or on Mac. And if I go here, you can see, for example, right now I am clicking on the alt, and right now if I go and push the gain, you're seeing that we have some gain reduction here. So in this way, it reacts almost like the same way when you enable the unity gain. It is really important here to mention that as you drive the limiter harder, you have to listen for these effects that happen. The distortion and the pumping are clear giveaways. For example, if I go and push it a lot, you can hear it right here. We are getting some pumping effect. And also really important is that the transient start to disappear. When you hear that, then you know you're overdoing it. And you will also see here on the envelope, on the oscilloscope, that it is really flattened. And you don't want to achieve this one exactly right away with a limiter. You want to achieve this one with a clipper first and then use the limiter. Before moving on, if you want to go much deeper into this stuff using only FabFilter plugins, there is a full mastering course while using the FabFilter plugins, and the link you can find it in the description below. In that course, the entire chain is built around FabFilter plugins, so you will learn how to get loud competitive masters with a setup you can actually replicate. Now let's talk about the second mistake that I have seen a lot of people doing. A big mistake at the mastering stage is reaching out for huge EQ moves. If you feel that you need to boost or cut aggressively, that usually means there's a mix issue and you should fix it earlier, not at the final stage where we're going to master. In case you don't have any other option and you want to use some EQing just to color some things or just to fix some things on your master, you can go and use this technique that I'm going to show you. You can go here and choose the linear phase, and really important is to go here at the 12 and choose 3 dB, because right now every movement that we are going to make is going to be just a little bit gentle in comparison with if we give it, for example, like here, like 12, and I go boost here, let's say like 4 dBs, this is too much for a master. I would highly recommend to not exceed the 3 dBs, so let's go and bring it back again. And you see right now, if I overdo it, I'm going to minus 4 dBs, it's a bit too much. So stay on the safe zone, which is going to be plus minus 3 dBs. Now that we have the EQ under control, let's talk about space. A master isn't just about getting the frequency balance right. It's also about how wide, how deep, and how open your track feels. Let me explain. The mistake that I'm talking about is when people crash the space of overcompressing stereo side information. Overcompressing the sides can make the mix feel dense, washy, and flat, even if the mids stay solid. If you have a look here, you're going to see that we have the lows here until 200, and then we have the mid lows until 1.5, and then we have the highs, and then the really highs. Here, the thing is that right now I am on my dynamics, and I have chosen the mid and the side. In case you don't know it, let's go and delete it, and I'm going to use again the dynamics. What you can do is go here and choose the mid side, and now let's go and do 4 random bands. And now we have these 4 bands. We are at the same again, 1.5, 12K, somewhere there. The thing is that right now, what I'm going to do is go and compress only the mid, because I like what the side information is and I don't want to change so much. So right now on the side section, if I choose here on the side, you're going to hear we have some information there. This is the whole side information that we have on the track. And I would like to leave it like it is, so I would just go here on the mid section. And this is the information that we got. So what we can go and do, I'm not going to dive deep right now how to fix all this thing, but for example, you can go here and make the compressor work a little bit harder here on this section, on the high section where we have the vocals, and I'm going to try to find a sweet spot. And I got a really quick attack and a really quick release because I wanted to tame a little bit here the transients that we have from the snare. And a little bit here what also comes from the hi-hat. So here, let's go. Let's go and compress a little bit here also. We're not doing anything so like dramatic, just a little bit. Okay, cool. Now let's have an idea how it is with and without. You can hear right away that when I enable the compressor, it is also normal that we have a little bit more compressed kind of sound because we are compressing some things, but we are not compressing anything on the sides. So everything here happens only in the mid section. By the way, guys, if you like what you are listening right now and you think they are helping you a lot on your masters, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the next videos. Another common mistake that I have seen a lot of people doing, and to say the truth, I cannot believe it why, is if I go here, for example, on my master, let's say that we have here the limiter, which always, guys, always, it has to be the final plugin. The final plugin on your mastering chain. Only if you use any filter, or maybe also then no, but sometimes if you want to try it, you can use a filter here, a EQ, only for creative purposes. But then I wouldn't do it. The mistake that I have seen a lot of people doing is that going on after the limiter and going and putting, where is it? An imager. When you do this, you risk introducing distortion and strange artifacts because you are manipulating the stereo field after level and peaks are already locked in. As I already mentioned, if you experiment with widening after the limiter, only for creative purposes or effects, keeps it like extremely subtle, and always double check the results. Seriously, you cannot believe how many times I have seen this thing happening. Now the next thing that I have seen a lot of people using is static EQ. Yeah, okay, static EQ is powerful, but dynamic and mid-side EQ give you a much more musical way to adapt to the track as it plays, instead of forcing a single curve on every moment of the track. For example, here on this track, I have these settings. You might think, oh, he's doing too much, but we are seeing here, again, we are at the 3dB section, and I'm just boosting here to make something pop here, and I was just experimenting. For example, here, let's have a listen.
I've been sitting with the silence too long, yeah. Trying to figure out where I belong, yeah. Got a mirror full of questions, no reflection feels the same. I've been learning that other parts that never learned my name. They told me I was dangerous, dressed it up and
you can hear right away that when I enable, we have these hi-hats coming a little bit more through. This is just a technique that I used to try it out, and the thing is that this happens with dynamic EQing, and here also we have also for the vocal.
I've been sitting with the silence too long, yeah.
And we have a little bit more on the clap coming through because we have selected the mono section and we are using again the dynamic EQing. Another mistake that I've seen a lot of people doing is not A-Bing. It is really important to understand what really happens on your mix and not get fooled from just because it sounds louder. For example, here in this project, I have on my pre-master, I have these presets. Let's go and activate it, how it is with and without. It glues also the track a bit more, it sounds a bit more pleasant to my ears. In case you are wondering, I added a little bit more gain. Let's go and use this plugin. This is the Gain Match plugin. Here I got it on the pre-master, this is the before and this is the after, and if I go here and take it again on the 0, I'm going to let it play. And this is going to gain match. So we are here almost at the same gain, almost at the same level. And let's have a listen how it is with and without again. With this technique, your ear is judging the tone, the punch, and the clarity, not the volume. Since the theme here is working smarter and not just louder, this is the perfect time to mention something that will speed up your workflow 100%. There is a FabFilter preset pack that you can download. These are more than 220, if I remember well, presets built for Pro Q4, Pro C2, Pro MB, and Saturn. Use the link in the description to grab them and apply them on your own tracks. You will be 100% amazed. Another mistake that I have seen a lot of people doing, and I don't know why or where they learned this, is using Klipper after the limiter. Okay, I hope that you know that clippers and limiters both control peaks, but they do it very differently. Clippers simply shave off peaks, while limiters manage also the dynamics a little bit more smooth and often more transparently. Let's do an experiment. I'm going to use the Pro L2 first and then the standard clipper, and on my second try I'm going to use the standard clipper and then the Pro L2. Let's go with the first version. So right now we are hitting at minus 9.4 and we are overdoing it here on the gain reduction. And let's go and use this clipper. I'm sorry that I'm laughing, but I find this really hilarious. So right now we're at, let's go and open the Ozone 12 again. And we're almost at the same, and we have also introduced some distortion. So let's go and change this technique and let's go and put the standard clip first. Let's go and deactivate the Pro L2 and let's go and find the sweet spot. Okay, right now we are just taming this transits that we have here. Let's not waste so much time and let's go and open the Pro L2. And if you remember earlier, we were hitting at minus 9.6, somewhere there. Let's go and see now how much we are hitting. Let's go and push it, just to experiment. Okay, this is too much, for example. Let's go and bring it back. Let's go and push it a bit more. And now we are hitting. Let's go and test it again. Minus 9, and we have a little bit more headroom if we want to push it. Now you can go and push it at minus 8.2 or minus 7.5. This is too much. Let's go and bring it back. But you can hear right away that there is a big difference if you follow the correct order. The final big mistake that I have seen a lot of people doing is treating presets as magic buttons. A lot of people load a mastering preset, never touch a control, and assume, okay, now it sounds good, they are done, even if the track clearly doesn't fit those settings. Let me show you here also from my preset here. This is a preset from my bundle, and right now we have these settings. It doesn't mean that you can go and leave it like it is. You can go and modulate them. You can go and work with them. For example, one preset that I almost tried to mix it in. This is my favorite preset, or the res balance. And right now I have it on 100%. It doesn't mean that it's going to work the same thing for every track. I'm going to mix it in. Let's go put it on 3dB. The important thing is here to understand that when you're using a preset, use it just as a starting point and not as a final sound. So guys, these are some of the biggest mastering mistakes to avoid, plus a smarter way to work with presets so your tools actually serve your music. Don't forget to grab your FabFilter preset pack below, and if you are ready to really master FabFilter for professional level masters, check out the full mastering with the FabFilter plugin course in the description. Of course, don't forget, if you like this content and if you want more, hit the subscribe if you haven't done it already, and see you on the next video. Bye bye.